Good morning and welcome to another church service. Or maybe it's not the morning. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another service, a church service provided by the Indigo Church. You're a part of it. Welcome home, family. So let's get right into it. I read a lot this morning. I read the whole book of Matthew, right? And I provided a little something that I decided to write this morning. I wrote a little something. And it's not that long. My phone's at 5%. Let's get right into it. So here it is. Fear not, said Jesus. When we hold dear onto things of this life, we generate room for fear. So fear not. When we hold dear onto things of this life, we generate room for fear. This life is a blessing if you are willing to throw it all away to pick up a cross. Otherwise, this life is stress and corruption. There is only one Savior and only one answer. Thankfully, the answer is not hidden, and there is no confusion on how to be infinitely blessed. You have to be willing to sacrifice. Many are called, but few are chosen. Will you oppose the teachings of the Father to save yourself? You have to realize you were already saved, and do not have to try to save yourself. All your needs are provided by the Lord if you believe. No need to chase anything, it is granted. Come with a pure heart and believe what you ask for is already granted. Blessings ensue. I shouldn't have used granted twice at the end there. I could have came up with another word. I didn't proofread this. I didn't have no peer editors. It's not about that, it's about the message. So even though I didn't use the most diverse vocabulary and switch up the stuff to make it more interesting for your ears, it's all what I'm saying. Come with a pure heart and believe what you ask for is already granted. Blessings ensue. That means blessings are coming. You have to believe. You have to be willing to sacrifice things that will bring fear into your life. If you hold so dearly onto something, you're scared to lose it. You're scared for it to get messed up. Nothing of this life should be willing to get in the way of your spirit. When you hold on to something too dear, it generates room for fear. And that's exactly what I said. Like, for example, you get something really nice and you worked really hard for it. Now you got this really nice thing, but now you're scared to bring it around people because you think they're gonna want to steal it, or you don't want to take it out because you think it might get messed up, so you just leave it in the box in the closet. What good is that? You're holding on to something so dear just so it can worry you. You need to let go of all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read this one more time, but then just go into it this time while I read it rather than just reading it straight up. But what I wrote today, I'm gonna put it in the description. If you wanna make a video for the channel, send it in to the number that I'm gonna pin as the top comment. It's a phone number you could send a video into, and it could be featured on the channel. Because this is not just my channel, this is our church. So let's do this thing right. So if you want to be a part of it, maybe just leave some comments for now. If you want to make a video, you know where to send it. And yeah, maybe I'll make a video how to do the video stuff, because you can't just send a video through text. It's too big. You have to make a Dropbox or a Google Drive and share the link. I could go more in depth with that if y'all don't understand. But I'm gonna read this one more time and go into it a little bit deeper. So, fear not, said Jesus. Fear not. That's a beautiful thing. You don't have to fear. You can let go of that. You don't have to be scared. It's your choice to be scared. If you choose to follow and believe, the only thing you should fear is God, and disobeying God or doing something to displease God, because you know God's got you covered, so there's really nothing to fear about. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, there's no reason to fear. So, fear not, said Jesus. When we hold dear onto things of this life, we generate room for fear. I kind of already went into that. Don't value something above your spirit. Your spirit, your soul is the utmost priority, because that's something that can never be taken. Someone could break into your house, they could take all your stuff, they could shoot your wife or husband, you could lose everything, but you can't lose your soul. It's yours. Don't let anything get in the way of your soul being great and your soul being able to rise above. Your spirit and your soul should be the most dear thing to you that you should nurture, because it's everlasting. It can't get taken from you. So, because this life, well, I'm just going to keep reading. This life is a blessing if you are willing to throw it all away to pick up a cross. That's true. This life could be torment. It could be torture. You could be given so many great things just for them to get taken. I mean, life could be an up and down roller coaster. It could be an upwards battle. It could be depression, anxiety, everything crumbling to the ground. It could be full of sorrow. But you need to let go of this life. This life isn't what's important. It's what you experience every day. But if you decide to live in the spirit, this life could be a blessing, rather than this life throwing you around. Through all the tosses and turns, you can have a greater understanding and maintain your positivity and bring light to the darkness, because this world's full of darkness, and you could be included in that darkness, or you could be a positive light, bringing light to dark situations. So always try to keep your spirit and your soul uplifted and nurtured, so that you could be a light even when it's really dark. So yeah, this life is a blessing if you're willing to throw it all away to pick up a cross. Otherwise, this life is stress and corruption. Yeah, that speaks for itself. There is only one Savior and only one answer. Also speaks for itself, right? I don't even gotta say it. Thankfully, the answer is not hidden, and there is no confusion on how to be infinitely blessed. So the answer is right here in front of your face. You're hearing gospel right now. I'm spreading the good news. This is the gospel. You can throw away stress and pick up belief and forgive people and be forgiven. Yes, people. Like, this is a nice high energy video this morning. I love it. So thankfully, the answer is not hidden, and there is no confusion on how to be infinitely blessed. You have to be willing to sacrifice. Many are called, but few are chosen. That hits deep. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You may call on God, right? God calls back. So many are called, but few are chosen. That means you gotta be willing to answer the call. Many are called, so you have to be willing to serve. Thankfully, the answer is not hidden. There is no confusion on how to be infinitely blessed. You have to be willing to sacrifice. So yeah, a lot of people aren't willing to sacrifice. God might have called on you, and now you're getting tested, but it's so easy for you to go burrow back into the things that kept you comfortable before. Go into your old vices that kept you comfortable and like a sense of happiness, but never really fulfilling, because you have to keep going back to these vices that aren't everlasting. Like, only you fulfilling your soul could be everlasting, but instead you fulfill your mind or your body with drugs or sex or anything, right, to give you temporary vices to escape the darkness of the world temporarily. But you can make your whole world light. even though the world is like surrounded in a blanket of darkness, you could make your whole world light by not running to those vices and instead running to the answer. So you have to be willing to sacrifice. That means putting down all your vices, the stuff that was guiding you but misleading you, the stuff that you thought made life worth it. It's like, life is horrible, but I get to drink a beer right now, and that is why life is worth living. No, life is worth living because you can make it a blessing. Then it really is worth living. It's not a feeling of, oh, it's worth it right now. Like, no, it's like, it's really worth it. So, because this life isn't forever. You have to be willing to sacrifice. So many are called, but few are chosen. That is just so deep, I can't even put it into words. Many are called, but few are chosen. And then this is a question. Will you oppose the teachings of the Father to save yourself? You have to realize you were already saved and do not have to try to save yourself. All of your needs are provided by the Lord if you believe. All that is so true. And it also speaks for itself. I mean, basically, when you get tested, are you going to put aside what you know to be the truth, the teachings of the Father that have been proven? Can you neglect that to follow your own ways? Because you want to save yourself. You're in a really low point in your life. And instead of believing in what God told you, that all you really need is to believe in Him, you're going to go turn to what you believe in, the bottle or the pills or whatever it may be that you think you need to get you through. I mean, that's just an example. It could be literal. This could be life or death, not just vices or truth and spirit. So it is very much so exactly what I said. Will you oppose the teachings of the Father to save yourself? You have to realize you were already saved and do not have to try to save yourself. All of your needs are provided by the Lord if you believe. No need to chase anything, it is granted. Come with a pure heart and believe what you ask for is already granted. See, I want to change it though. Believe what you ask for is already there. I don't know. It's already yours. Boom. I'm my own peer editor now. So, no need to chase anything. It is granted. Come with a pure heart and believe what you ask for is already yours. Boom. Yeah, that hits harder. Blessings ensue. Ah, yeah, see? You don't even need me. Just read the description. Just read the stuff I wrote, because that's what's important. So, wow. I'm going to read it one more time now that I made it better. So, you have to... Wait. Will you oppose the teachings of your Father to save yourself? You have to realize you were already saved and do not have to try to save yourself. All your needs are provided by the Lord if you believe. No need to chase anything. It is granted. Come with a pure heart and believe what you ask for is already yours. Blessings ensue. Boom. So that's another great edition of the Indigo Church. I love you always and forever.